folks, how are y'all doing? Cub here, and welcome back to another episode of our Tekkit Legends Let's Play Adventure. Now, I'm gonna have to ask you right now to please excuse my congested sound, my congested note. My head's all full of the congestion and the pressures and the sinuses, and I think I might have an infection. I'm fighting against it, though. I'm raging against the machine in hopes that I can push through and not have to go to the doctor's office. Ugh. Sounds like a nightmare, but welcome back. Today is a very different episode. Much like the last episode, this one is different. It's a bit of a show and tell. You see, last episode, the last episode I recorded, all the footage got deleted. I did a whole lot of work. I talked about this in episode 15. So today I'm going to be demoing a lot of what we've done. So I'm at the top of the world because I want to show you guys what happens. Not when we touch, well, yeah, when we tap F9. First up, we get this window. Clear off of that, though, and you'll see we've got a little look at a grid. And this grid here shows us chunks. Not really what we wanted. Tap it again, shows us more chunks. Tap it again to finally get rid of it, and then we'll go to the key I actually meant to press. There it was, F10. That's the one we're looking for, the magical F10 key. So as you can see over there, we've got some odd blue squares. Now those represent chunks that are being loaded right now. So you'll see we've got some over there, but we don't have any here. Now why is that? Well, the reason is we've got our quarry down there, and it has a chunk loader, and it keeps all of the quarry chunks loaded. So you see all those chunks have been loaded. So if we wander way off in the world and all the world behind us despawns, these blocks will stay loaded and the quarry will continue to function. Now the problem is that the quarry is pumping items into the base, and it cannot do that if the base unloads. So we've got those chunks loaded, but the base is not loaded. So how do we fix that? Well, last episode we built a chunk loader, and I went ahead and broke it down so I could show it to you guys again. As you see, the recipe is pretty basic: some gold, some ender pearl, and an enchanting table, which is just some diamond, a book, and obsidian. So it's not cheap, but if we hop down to our quarry real fast before we head inside, you'll see that we've struck pay dirt on this quarry. It's finally dug deep enough to get to the ores, and boy howdy is it pulling out a lot of ores. So many ores, in fact, that it was too much for our little system, and I had to upgrade it, which you'll see when we get inside. Now, before I show you anything with the quarry, let me go ahead and show that I have finally upgraded to gold kinesis pipes, which is just a golden pipe with some redstone, and they are so much faster. They move so much more energy. If we look at pipe, you'll see they move 2,560 RF per tick, which is crazy, and it's actually not moving that much. When we add that much, this quarry goes super stinking fast. Look at all that stuff down there. Look at all that emerald down there. Oh, it's gonna be fantastic when we get all that collected. Anyway, it goes really fast, but we're just not producing enough power out of our massive boiler to keep up with demand. And I wanted to make sure we were producing more steam than we were power, so that we would have a pretty even flow. So I built something that helps me control flow, and I'll show you that when we get inside here. But if we just run around, we're gonna place this guy down right in the center of the room. Look at that, Buttercup is keeping an eye on the spot. So we're gonna throw down our chunk loader right in the middle, and there you go. You'll see the chunks are loaded around us, and if we right click on it, we can see we can choose a radius. So we got one chunk radius. We've got two, well, actually it takes a second there for to update. So if we give it a second to update, you'll see it just loads this one chunk that it's in. So this chunk here, we can update it to 2, 3. We can change it from square to round, or to circle, to line X, line Z, and then back to square. Show lasers if you don't want to use the F10 functionality, so these lasers will show you which chunks are loaded, and we're gonna go ahead and hide those. And if we head outside here, I think that just doing a big old circle, that probably covers it, but I think we don't really need all this space. So we'll go to 2 chunks in a square, and there you go. So now the base is loaded, or at least the important bits of the base are loaded. And now we can tap F10 to clear that, and we're good to go there. Now, what else have I done? Well, you probably noticed I replaced all the flooring with marble, and I also built these really cool inverted cyan lights. I realize it's cyan, but I discovered a while back in a different series, if you say cyan, people go crazy nuts. They're like, oh my god, you're not saying it right. And I'm like, hey, that's fun. So I call them cayenne because it's fun to bug people. And they do have an EMC value. If you just take one out here, the recipe is very straightforward. It's just some glass panes, a redstone torch, and a cayenne lumar. And a lumar is just the color dye you want, some redstone, some glowstone. Now, it's very important that if you decide to do this, use the inverted lamps. It's cheaper to use the non-inverted, just the regular cyan lamps. Cayenne, I mean. But you will have to attach a redstone signal to get the regular ones to work. Inverted work without a redstone signal. Now, if you do apply a redstone signal to one of these, they'll turn off. So it's the same, only in reverse. So this way you can put them up and they glow, but you don't actually have to run wiring for them. So that's really cool. And as I said earlier, I built another row of grinders and furnaces because we just had so many ores. And even now, it can still get clogged up from time to time, but it looks like everything's running pretty smoothly. And we've got so many blocks of charcoal. So many blocks of charcoal, it's ridiculous. We got so many blocks. I think this thing is probably full. We don't need to put any more in there, but we will, and we'll take the rest of these over here. I've had people suggest that we make another one to create diamonds, but guys, why? We could create diamonds, yes, but we can also just create the blocks and use those as EMC. There's no additional EMC generated by making diamonds. It just takes longer to generate a diamond than it does a block of charcoal. And we can just throw it all comes up to the same thing. And boy howdy, do we have a lot of EMC. Now I've also, you guys may remember, seeing some barrels over here. I've moved them back here. So we have some long-term storage for all of our bricks that we're no longer using. Oops. All of our limestone and what's left. And I say what's left. We have so many marble bricks left. So we've got so many of those. Pretty much just updated back here, added marble, added cyan lamps, and changed the door bit. I don't know why. I wasn't really feeling the hidden doors anymore. I figured these worked a little bit better with the aesthetics. I got rid of our ladder, and I replaced it with a nice little spiral staircase that takes you downstairs here, where we have possibly one of the coolest things I've built since the last episode. These are your iron kinesis pipes, and these pipes are really, really cool. Now, I think the recipe is just iron. Let's see, iron pipe. It might be iron kinesis pipe. There we go. Yep, just iron pipe and redstone. And these guys, well, if we take a look at the recipe again, it'll say selectable limiter pipe. It has a max flow through of 1280 RF per tick, so not the most, less than a gold kinesis pipe. But the difference, if I can get this out, there we go, is you can use a wrench to hit them. See, here it is right now. Right click it, and we've limited our output to 640 RF per tick. We can limit it again, 1280. We can just cycle through, we can pick. I think I had it at 320. So the problem I was having before, because I upgraded to emerald kinesis pipe. So if we look at an emerald kinesis pipe, they output a 2560 RF per tick. That's too much energy to take out of our boiler. We're just not generating enough energy to keep up demand. So the problem is when you have the emerald pipe hooked up directly to, let's say, gold pipe, it was sucking out so much power that it was sucking out so much steam that we were just running out of steam and having issues. By putting this pipe on here, I can adjust using this wrench how much power comes out, and in this case goes to the quarry or goes to our machines. I think I have this one wide open. Or I had it wide open. It is wide open once again. But so if we ever have issues where we need to kind of throttle back and preserve power, we can do that. You know what? I think we could probably pop that one up a notch. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a problem. How about this? Are we using up more? If we're using up more steam than we're making, I'll just come down here later and change it. And I keep my wrench in this picture frame so I can get to it easily if I ever need to adjust it. And that's it. That's all the things I think that I've done since last episode. Now, this is a problem. I didn't realize a monster could spawn here. We'll just place a torch to take care of that problem. Oh, you know what? There's one other thing. I built this little passage inside here that kind of tucks away behind the world and takes us back to our quarry, since this is now all kind of sealed in because of the side of the house there. And if we fly up here, you'll see the side of the house. And I need to create some sort of like a ramp along here so we can, if we do put machines against this wall, we'll be able to do some like backplating on them. Also added another door over here for easy access to the upstairs. Howdy, Buttercup. How are you doing? Now, I believe, and I'm not entirely sure, but I do believe that that is everything I've done that we missed out on. Ah, here you go, buddy. You've been so good. Have some pork chop. So I think that's everything we've done. Now, I could just end the episode here and just say, hey, that's the show and tell episode. Hope you enjoyed it. But I like to take things one step further. And so today we're going to build something called a universal charger. So a problem that I had during the Let's Build episode, or the Let's Renovate episode, is that, and you never saw it, but I had to come downstairs and constantly recharge my tools and my jetpack, but I had to do them all separately. And the MFE is plenty quick. And did I show you guys that last episode? I don't remember if I did. I might just skimmed over that. I did kind of rebuild our power system here after everything got blown up. I went ahead and built another MFE and a medium voltage producer, so nothing is blowing up anymore, so that's grand. And I've hooked it up so that it can feed power down here. And also output power, so you know it can bypass this completely if it needs to. But this is what I was using to charge things. I think we have seen that before, since I blew things up in that one terribly sad episode 13. Yeah, because we had episode 14, so of course you've seen all that. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But so what I want to do is I want to build a charging station. And in this case, we're going to use a universal charger. So if we just type in charger here, you'll see we have our universal charger. And I believe there's also like a charging table. It might be a thing. charging. Yeah, there it is. I finally figured out how to get that working. We'll look at that another time. But for now, we're just going to build our universal charger right here. And it's going to need some iron, some gold, a chest, and some redstone. So nothing too crazy. And let's just reference that recipe one more time. 4 gold, 2 iron, 2 redstone. So we'll grab all of those things right out of here. Some gold. 2, 3, 4. And someone made a brilliant suggestion that I create a chest full of things like circuits and cables and other items that don't have an EMC value that I use often. And I think that's a really good idea. I think we're going to do that. We might not do it today, but I might do it in between episodes because, of course, when we get to the Quarry 2.0, which I think what I'm going to do is end up blasting a hole through the wall right in this general area and building a separate room for Quarry 2.0, or otherwise just building it against that wall. And if you could offer feedback on that, that would be great. I think just against that wall would probably be better. We will eventually bore more into the mountain and build like little rooms and stuff and hallways, but maybe not just yet. Probably do Quarry 2.0 over there. We'll keep this as kind of like the processing area / bedroom. Because that's... Welcome to my bedroom, and I've got a hopper at the end where I throw things to be burnt. It's not ideal. Right though, staying focused. We will build our charger. There we go. Now, I don't remember what we plug this into. I think we can just plug it directly into... Yeah, it doesn't actually say. We might plug it into our link, or we might just hook it up to a power source. It says universal, so you would think it doesn't matter where we put it. Can we hook it up to these? No, we can't. Look at this. This is a learning experience, folks. Can we hook it up to this? Nope, no, we can't. Well, my last option, where did the darn thing go, is to hook it directly up to here. Oh, it's already charged. I need something that hasn't been charged. Ah, here we go. Here's the grand test to see if this works. Hey, it's working! So look at that. It can be hooked up directly to our energy link back there. Oh, I can't fly. I don't have a jetpack on. But if we can click on our energy bridge... All right, we can click on any of these to see the bridge. Yep, there it is. West, RF, none, but it is consuming RF for our universal charger. So there you go. That's pretty useful. I guess that's what that means, right? Right, because it's putting out RF over here to the machines and no EU, but perfect. I'm perfectly happy with that. Look at that. We've now got a charger. Obviously, we can put multiple items in here if they needed charging, but they don't, so probably not the best demo. But there we go. We've got our jetpack charged, and that's the episode. It has been incredibly short, I realize. I know it's not ideal, but I just wanted to kind of show off the things that I've done, the changes I've made, the bigger basement, the staircase, and guess what, folks? Here's the big... this is a problem we have. This is a problem that I need to fix with Quarry 2.0. Sometimes these aren't sorting out properly. It just... I need to set it up to where iron and maybe copper goes here, and then specific things go here, and then specific things go here. Because otherwise it just gets all jumbled up and stuff is spit out on the floor. Good grief, look at all this. This is ridiculous. Again, we'll throw a couple of oddballs in here. Make sure we maintain power, and we'll throw the rest of it in here. We're going to have a million EMC in no time, which is crazy because when I think about how long it took me to get a million EMC in past series that used the Project E, it took forever. And look at this. We're going to get it by the next episode. So that's crazy. It also means we're going to have to change the quarry pretty quick. We're going to have to move it someplace else, but it is digging up pretty quick. And of course, we got Quarry 2.0 to look forward to. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys the changes. World download will be in the description. Now, listen carefully, because this is very important for everyone listening at home. You can only get the world download off my website if you are a member of Cub's crew, which means you have to create an account on the website. If it doesn't work and you can't log in, just try something different. I get this a lot. Just, hey, it's not working. I don't know why. Just log off and log back in. Try registering an account. Say you don't remember your password. Just work at it. I promise it will work. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I never drives a cool baby.
Sounds like something John Michael should be singing.
I watched him drive away over the hill.
I mean, I didn't need that many.
Not against her will. Ow.